Hi everyone, my name's Bodana, and as mentioned in the introductory video, we are talking about career theories, and I'm specifically talking about career matching theories. I guess to start, any information that is in this video, I gathered from the textbook that was shown in the first introductory video. There's also websites I use that'll be linked at the end of the presentation in the references section. So I guess to start, what a career matching theory is really, it focuses on matching people to jobs that are best going to reflect who they are and are really going to show their strengths. So the two main theorists that are discussed in the textbook and in this video are Frank Parsons and John Holland. Now, Frank Parsons is known as the father of the vocational guidance movement with his trait factor theory, and John Holland is his person environment theory is a later developed theory, but it has a lot of similarities with Frank Parsons' theory. So to start, in the early 1900s, Frank Parsons developed the trait factor or talent matching theory, and this theory was developed to help immigrants to Canada and youth in Canada find work. He understood that people have really unique characteristics that are going to develop throughout their life, and it's these characteristics that are going to help people find fulfilling jobs. There's three parts to Frank Parsons' trait factor theory, which include one, having a self-understanding, so knowing what your strengths and your weaknesses are, and knowing what your interests are. The second is having knowledge about your workplace, so understanding any advancement opportunities, any supports that are put in place for you, and the policies that are made. And the third is knowing how those first two link and relate to one another. So knowing why you're working where you are and seeing, am I happy where I am? The main criticism of this theory is that it relies on job market stability and also having an understanding that as life goes on, a person's going to change, meaning that a person's interests and their values are going to change. This means that employers and employees need to be flexible and prepared to adapt to this change. Frank Parsons' theory has been used in modern-day personality tests, such as the test called True Colors, and I think this really reflects why people look at him as the father of the vocational guidance movement, just because his work is still being used today. So moving on to our second theorist is John Holland. So in 1959, John Holland introduced a new theory, which was, again, based off of Parsons' theory. It is called the person-environment theory. And this describes 6 personality traits that are present, and it's said that every person holds at least 2. So you could have all 6, but you at least have 2. These traits are arranged in a hexagon-shaped pattern, which is linked in the PowerPoint slide, meaning that the 2 traits that are most opposite to one another, that lay across from one another, share the least similarities, and they're the most different from one another. So the 6 traits are 1, realistic. So this person likes to work with their hands, likes to be outdoors, stuff like that. The second is investigative. So this person likes to discover and research ideas, observe, and really likes to ask questions and be a real problem solver. The third is artistic. So this person likes to use words, art, or music to communicate ideas. The fourth is social. So this person really enjoys helping people and is mainly concerned with the well-being of people. The fifth is enterprising. So this person likes meeting people and really taking on a leadership role in any kind of business role. And the sixth and final trait is conventional. So this person likes following procedures, working with data or numbers, and being really accurate. So along with these 6 traits, there are 6 corresponding occupational roles that are said to go along with each trait. So if you have a realistic trait, you're said to be more of a doer. If you have a investigative trait, you're said to be more of a thinker. If you're artistic, you're the creator. If you are social, you're considered a helper. If you're enterprising, you're a persuader. And if you're conventional, you're more of an organizer. So, like Parsons' theory, John Holland's theory helped build many career assessment tools that are still used today. The main advantage of this theory is that it helps people really get a sense of who they are and really get a taste for multiple different workplaces. They see what works for them, what doesn't work for them, so on and so forth. But this theory doesn't supply any insight as to how any type is developed or what types work best with one another. So yeah, that's the textbook. That's Frank Parsons and John Holland's theories. I hope that helped, and if you have any questions, you can ask away. Thanks, guys.